The story of Karolina Protsenko is often told as the journey of a young violinist whose performances have resonated with audiences across different parts of the world. She is described as a teen musician whose talent became widely noticed through online platforms, where her expressive violin covers of popular songs attracted large numbers of viewers. From early childhood, she is portrayed as someone surrounded by music, which shaped her interests and skills over time. As her performances began circulating on social media and video sharing platforms, audiences were drawn not only to her technical ability but also to the emotional style she brought to modern and classical pieces alike. What makes her story especially compelling in public narratives is the combination of youth and apparent mastery of an instrument that traditionally requires years of disciplined study. Many viewers were surprised to learn that someone so young could perform complex arrangements of well-known songs with confidence and sensitivity. Over time, her growing visibility online transformed her from a local street performer into a widely recognized internet personality in the classical crossover music space. Her journey is often framed as an example of how digital platforms can accelerate exposure for talented individuals, allowing them to reach global audiences without traditional industry barriers. Whether performing on streets, recording covers in studios, or appearing in televised segments, she is depicted as someone who uses multiple avenues to share her music. This introduction sets the stage for understanding how her background, training, and online presence contributed to her growing recognition. Early life and musical family background. Karolina Protsenko is commonly described as being born into a family with strong musical influence, which played a major role in shaping her early exposure to instruments and performance. According to this narrative, her parents were involved in music in some capacity, creating an environment where melodies, practice sessions, and artistic expression were part of everyday life. Growing up in such surroundings is often highlighted as one of the key reasons she developed an interest in the violin at a young age. From an early stage, she is portrayed as someone who not only enjoyed listening to music but also actively engaged with it, experimenting with sound and learning basic techniques under family guidance. Her household is often described as supportive of creative learning, encouraging all children in the family to explore instruments. In some versions of her story, she is also said to have helped guide her younger siblings in learning piano, which reinforces the idea of a family centered around shared musical growth. This early foundation is important in understanding how she developed discipline and familiarity with performance. Even before public attention, she is depicted as practicing regularly and showing strong curiosity about different musical styles. This environment helped shape her identity not just as a performer but as someone deeply connected to music as a form of communication and expression. Relocation and new beginnings in the United States. A major turning point in Karolina Protsenko's story is her family's relocation from Ukraine to the United States during her childhood. This move is often presented as a significant life change that opened new opportunities for education, exposure, and performance experiences. Adjusting to a new country, language, and culture is described as a challenging but formative period in her development. After settling in California, she is said to have continued her education while also pursuing music more seriously. The environment in the United States, particularly in areas with strong arts programs, is often credited with giving her access to structured training and performance opportunities that supported her growth as a violinist. She is portrayed as adapting quickly, balancing school life with musical practice, and gradually building confidence as a performer. Public narratives also emphasize how this transition exposed her to diverse musical influences. Being in a culturally varied environment allowed her to explore not only classical violin traditions but also contemporary genres. This blending of influences later became a defining feature of her performance style, especially in her online covers. The move, therefore, is often seen not just as a geographical shift but as a catalyst for her artistic expansion. Formal training and development of violin skills. While many early impressions of Karolina Protsenko suggest natural talent, her development as a violinist is also attributed to structured training and mentorship. She is commonly described as having studied under professional instructors who helped her build a strong technical foundation in classical violin. This training would have included scales, etudes, repertoire study, and performance practice, all essential for developing precision and control on the instrument. Her progress is often portrayed as steady and disciplined, combining formal lessons with personal experimentation. As she advanced, she reportedly explored a variety of musical styles beyond classical traditions, including pop arrangements and film music adaptations. This versatility became one of her defining characteristics, allowing her to reinterpret modern songs through the expressive qualities of the violin. Participation in workshops, masterclasses, and collaborative sessions is also frequently mentioned in accounts of her growth. These experiences would have exposed her to different performance techniques and interpretive approaches, helping her refine her artistic identity. Over time, she is described as developing a style that balances technical accuracy with emotional expression, making her performances appealing to both classical music enthusiasts and general audiences. Street performances and early public recognition. One of the most frequently highlighted phases in Karolina Protsenko's story is her period as a street performer, particularly in well-known public spaces such as Santa Monica's 3rd Street Promenade. These performances are often described as the beginning of her public recognition, where passers-by were drawn to her violin playing in open urban settings. Street performance played a key role in shaping her confidence and stage presence. Without formal concert hall settings, she learned to engage directly with audiences of varying sizes and backgrounds. This environment required adaptability, as she had to capture attention quickly and maintain interest in noisy, unpredictable surroundings. Many accounts describe audiences gathering around her for extended periods, captivated by her interpretations of popular songs. Her street performances are also frequently credited with helping her gain initial online visibility. Videos recorded by spectators began circulating on social media platforms, gradually introducing her to a global audience. This transition from street musician to internet personality marks an important phase in her career, demonstrating how informal public spaces can serve as launching points for digital fame. Popular covers and musical versatility. A defining feature of Karolina Protsenko's popularity is her ability to reinterpret contemporary songs using the violin. She is often associated with covers of widely recognized tracks from artists such as Ed Sheeran and other mainstream performers. These adaptations transform vocal-based music into instrumental storytelling, highlighting melody and emotional depth through string performance. Her repertoire is described as extensive, covering pop, cinematic soundtracks, and emotionally driven ballads. This diversity allows her to appeal to a wide audience, from classical music listeners to fans of modern pop. Each performance is characterized by expressive phrasing, dynamic control, and careful arrangement choices that preserve the essence of the original songs while introducing a new instrumental perspective. This versatility is a major reason she gained attention online. Viewers often appreciate how familiar songs are reimagined in a different emotional register. Rather than simply replicating melodies, her interpretations are portrayed as offering a new listening experience that emphasizes mood and atmosphere. This creative approach is central to her identity as a modern violin performer. Television appearances and public exposure. As her online popularity grew, Karolina Protsenko is frequently described as having appeared on television programs and talent showcases, which further increased her visibility. These appearances are often portrayed as milestones that introduced her to audiences beyond digital platforms. In these televised settings, she is depicted performing live violin arrangements that demonstrate both technical skill and stage confidence. Such performances often highlight her ability to engage with large audiences while maintaining precision in her playing. Media exposure also contributed to shaping her public image as a young musical prodigy. These appearances are commonly linked to opportunities for collaboration and broader recognition in the entertainment industry. They also reinforced her position as part of a new generation of musicians who successfully bridge online and traditional media platforms. Collaborations and artistic growth. Another important aspect of her story involves collaborations with other artists, including vocalists and instrumentalists. These partnerships are often described as enriching her musical perspective and allowing her to experiment with new styles. Working with singers, for example, enables her to blend violin melodies with vocal expression, creating layered performances. Collaborative performances are also said to contribute to her artistic maturity. By working alongside other musicians, she gains exposure to different approaches to rhythm, interpretation, and stage presentation. These experiences help expand her versatility and deepen her understanding of musical storytelling. In some narratives, she is also linked to performances with well-known contemporary violinists, which further strengthens her association with modern classical crossover music. These collaborations highlight her willingness to explore beyond solo performance and engage in shared artistic creation. Instruments, craftsmanship, and sound identity. A recurring theme in discussions about Karolina Protsenko is her use of high-quality violins, sometimes associated in storytelling with historically significant instruments such as Stradivarius models. These instruments are renowned for their craftsmanship, tonal richness, and historical value, often considered among the finest ever made. The appeal of such violins lies in their unique sound production, shaped by centuries-old construction techniques and carefully selected materials. They are known for producing warm, resonant tones that respond sensitively to a player's technique. In narratives about Karolina, using such an instrument symbolizes artistic seriousness and commitment to musical excellence. Even beyond specific instrument details, her sound identity is defined by expressive control, dynamic variation, and emotional interpretation. These qualities are more important than the instrument itself in shaping her musical voice, popularity, earnings, and online influence. As her audience expanded, discussions about Karolina Protsenko often included speculation about her earnings and financial success. Based on typical online creator models, Income sources may include video monetization, sponsorships, live performances, and merchandise. These combined streams contribute to the financial sustainability of digital musicians. Her online presence, with consistent viewership and engagement, is often cited as a major factor in potential earnings. However, such estimates vary widely and are not always publicly verified. What remains consistent is her strong influence as a digital performer with a global audience. Beyond financial considerations, her impact is more clearly seen in audience engagement and inspiration. Many young musicians reportedly view her as an example of how digital platforms can support artistic careers. Conclusion on her musical journey and influence. Karolina Protsenko's story, as widely shared in online narratives, reflects the modern evolution of musical careers shaped by digital platforms, global audiences, and cross-genre creativity. From early exposure to music in a family environment to performances in public spaces and online platforms, her journey is often portrayed as one of steady artistic growth and expanding recognition. Her ability to reinterpret popular music through the violin has played a central role in her appeal, allowing her to bridge classical technique with contemporary listening tastes. Whether performing on streets, in studios, or on digital channels, she is depicted as maintaining a consistent emotional connection with her audience. While many aspects of her story are shared through media and online discussions, the broader takeaway is the way modern musicians can build